Welcome to the WAIL Podcast, Beyond the Bio, with this Padilla back with us to help out Liz.
Hi.
How are we? All right. So Miguel Escobedo with eXp Realty is who we're going to be going to get to know, like, and trust today.
Awesome.
So Miguel, welcome in. Appreciate you being here.
On board.
Yes,
Thank you, Liz.
thank you so much for coming.
So do me a favor and just tell me in your own words a little bit about yourself. Where did you start out? How did you make it to where you are right now?
Yeah, so, started real estate, just started like in general.
Just in life. Where were you born? How did you
I was
school?
born in Fort Worth. And I moved on from Fort Worth to Arlington.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it was just me and my mom.
Yeah.
And from that, she raised me by herself until I was 7.
Yeah.
And my dad was a little bit in the picture, not too much. Then my stepdad came involved, and
Okay.
we created a family, moved into a house and everything. Went to Sam Houston High School, played some soccer there. So all my life I played sports.
Okay.
And and then eventually I started working with my dad construction.
Yeah.
Little school there and little school here.
Yeah.
And I decided to get my real estate license. And I got that at 21. I'm 27 now.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this for a bit. If you talk to anybody else, they're doing it for 20 plus years. So I'm barely starting off.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to start a business, and I've always wanted to be my own boss because I've had other jobs before, and I hate when people tell me what to do.
Yeah.
So I just decided, hey, look, let me start my own job, my own business. And I've been doing it ever since, and I love it.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome. Liz doesn't like to be told what to do either.
I do not. I like to tell people what to do.
Yeah.
that's fine.
Like I boss him around. I'm not his boss, but I just boss him.
Just boss them around, just to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, for fun.
Tell me a little bit about, and you mentioned something just being with you and your mom at the beginning of your life.
Yeah.
So I identify with that.
Awesome.
What about that period of your life kind of staged who you are as a person and like what your personal qualities are?
Leadership, because my mom would go to work and I would have to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And being, having grit, because, there was hard times me and my mom passed through
Sure.
that I'm sure you could probably,
Yeah. 100%.
relate to. And just being the person that I am today, because I love leadership. I love, I've gone through a lot of things in life, and I'm still here.
Yeah.
And I'm doing better than ever. And, I don't see really anything stopping me
Yeah.
or stopping my family or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I think those are two good qualities, and then when I met my stepdad, he brought it to me sports, so really I there's not a day that I don't work out.
Yeah.
So, and then that helps my mentality. So I became super strong after playing all these sports, working out, and then also going through the struggles with my mom.
Sure.
So I think it helped me a lot, really.
Yeah. I mean, when you're in that position,
Yeah.
you're kind of man of the house way early.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, definitely taking care of yourself, trying not to be that extra burden on your mom.
Yeah.
As best you can as a kid.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, to me, when I look back on, my experience, I almost wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you're a survivor, you're still here, you're still doing these things. A lot of people aren't tested.
No.
And they might start getting tested later in life, but as a teenager, you've already been there.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it moves you beyond your years.
Yeah.
Which people can tell when they talk to you and identify with that. So I think that's massive. You talked about your stepdad. Tell me how life changed when he came around.
Well, I had a dad, Well, my dad was he was in my life, but
Sure.
he was here, once a week, maybe.
Yeah.
Once a month. Now we have a better relationship. So, he was going through his stuff or whatever.
Sure.
But my dad really changed my life because, I always wanted to have a dad in the house.
Right.
And man, like as soon as my mom and my dad, like a year later, they bought a house.
Yeah.
And then my daughter. I don't have a daughter yet. Hey, I don't have a daughter yet. Maybe, hey, Collins is no. But my sister came. My mom got pregnant, and I was 7. So I think she was 8. I was 8 whenever she was born. So it changed my life completely. We had a house. I had somebody I could play with. Like he taught me how to play soccer, and I think that was the main thing, man. Like teaching me how to play soccer, like instilled so many things to me.
Sure.
And then one thing that I remember from him was I wanted to quit playing the position that I was playing. He was like, "Hey, look, one thing that I noticed about you is that you always start something, you never finish it." And then that has stuck to me since to this day. Because there's times when in real estate, obviously, I was like, man, I'm about to quit this.
Right.
And then I go back to that conversation with him,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I can't quit. There's no way I'm gonna quit. There's no way I quit anything in life now. And he was just a great guy.
Yeah.
He actually passed away.
Oh,
He
man.
passed away 2019.
So you want to make us cry today? Great.
No, I don't want to hit that too much, but I mean, he passed away, and that hit me hard too. But
Sure.
it's weird because when he passed away, my brother was 7,
Oh, wow.
and he came in my life when I was 7. So it's kind of, I feel like it's coincidence or something, but I'm a firm believer that things happen for a reason, and he left at the right time.
And you're in a fantastic position to take that up for your brother. Right?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, we've started off with family. It seems like family's a big part of your life.
Yeah.
Tell me how that influences you on a daily.
Man, I'll show you my screensaver.
Okay.
So it's my family and my brother, me and my girlfriend.
Okay.
And so family it makes me get up earlier. It makes me get up at 5 in the morning, go work out 5 in the morning, hit the office, make the calls that I need to make, talk to the people I need to talk to, go and do things that I feel I'm comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
I do it for them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not really about me. It's about my family and then the future family that I'll have. I don't want to have my kids struggle.
Sure.
I'll have them struggle about certain things, but not the way I was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give them what I didn't have.
Yeah.
And I'm working really, really hard for that to happen. So that's really, it's the biggest motivator.
Yeah. it's
Family.
Big time.
Yeah.
And I think that really does translate really well into a career with real estate because you are helping families every day, whether it's even if it's just a single person that's buying a home or, if you have that, for me, if I get an application from a single mom trying to buy a house and I'm in on this, we're going to make this work. Even if it's not working, we're going to make it work. And that kind of comes from my background. And I can only assume that kind of fires into you every day.
Yeah, we make it happen. So if they're wanting to buy a house, I'll go all out for them. There's been instances where I don't say this, but I gave them part of my commission just so they could close on a house.
Yeah, that's huge.
So I'll do that all day if they're looking to buy a home and they need the money.
Yeah.
I do relate with people like that. I relate with a lot of people, but I do relate with single moms because I know how hard it is.
Oh, I'm the same, man. I always think about that, and but it's these experiences that make us and kind of form who we are, and I think that's big. Outside of your family, maybe in your business world, or maybe it's a coach or whatever, who's somebody that you admire, look up to, respect?
That was a good one. I was actually with him earlier. His name's Chad Smith.
Okay.
And he runs a multi-million dollar team here in the Massville area.
Okay.
And man, he is a great mentor in my life.
Sure.
He brought me into his church, and I think that changed my life really.
Yeah.
But I admire him because not only he has a great business, but he has a great family.
Mhm.
And also not just that, but he doesn't just keep all the money. He actually gives a lot of it to the church.
Yeah.
So he puts God first, then his family, and then business third.
Yeah.
Where a lot of people in business, they put business first, then their family second, and then religion at the end.
Sure.
But the way he runs his life is amazing, and then the way he raises his daughters is something I aspire to do whenever I have kids.
Yeah.
So I look at him and I want to be like him eventually,
Right.
in my own way.
Yeah.
But he's also very disciplined, and he actually coached me a few months,
Uh-huh.
and I now I'm still really, really close to him. But I can tell why he's at, where he's at.
Yeah.
And I try to get there, eventually. But I was talking to him about that today.
That's cool.
And but yeah, that's one guy that I admire a lot.
It seems like sports keeps coming up.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about your sports journey, and I mean, where did we get? Were we looking semi-pro, pro? Like, how,
Oh, dude.
what did we do?
But Sunday league, let's go. No, dude, I played, select and all that.
So what's that?
Select is like a good high tier soccer
Okay.
here, like a club soccer team.
What ages would that be?
I played until I was maybe 16, 17, and then I played in high school.
Okay.
And so in high school, we actually were one of the best schools in Arlington. We're ranked. We were ranked a couple of years ago. Actually, a lot of people died, right? But my coach died. He died 2 years ago. Yeah, he died during COVID and all that. And he was a great person too. Also another person that I look up to because he was super hard.
Yeah.
And I remember those practices. But we're ranked third in state.
Yeah.
And so I played in high school, varsity. And after that, I didn't really go play anywhere else. So I was just I'm gonna stay here because again, my family. So I wanted to stay here, and I went to community college. I still play every once in a while, but now it's more, I love business. I love like real estate. Real estate is my sport now, you know, because I get to compete. There's a scoreboard everywhere, you know, and I just instill the same qualities that I had with soccer into real estate, and I still work out a lot.
Yeah.
I just don't play as much soccer as I did before. Here and there, I'm gonna say if you had a soccer ball, I'll play, but
You know, where all these things, and I love this story because it shows to me that there's been a lot of places that you've found influence and discipline, and that's massive. Just not in business, but just being a decent human being. And so, taking all of that, where are we going now? What's next?
that's a good question.
Yeah.
So right now I'm building on my medias, YouTube, you know, TikTok, Instagram. The goal is to grow YouTube to a couple thousand subscribers, to help as many people as I can buy or sell real estate here in the Dallas Metroplex, already off the FW area. Growing a team is definitely something that we're looking to do pretty soon as we get more people coming in.
Yeah.
And just investing in real estate, really, that's the next step after that.
If you were to grow a team, if I was a new realtor, why would I want to join it?
Why wouldn't you? I mean, I think the leadership that, you know, I could bring to you and how to, you know, actually guide you to win in life. And then I'm getting guided by people who are winning in life already. And I'm not sure you winning in life already, but they're at another level. They have kids and everything. So I look up to people that are doing great in life. So that's kind of what I could bring to you, especially, you know, talking to younger people, really, because I have a realtor who's just getting his license now. He's just starting. I know how I was when it started. I could guide you to win sooner than I won.
Right.
So I could cut the time in half. Probably less than that, really, if you do everything.
That's the 10,000 hour rule.
Yeah.
Have you heard that one?
Yeah, I've heard of it
Yeah,
before.
so we just need to compress that time.
Compress it.
But I do like what you said, you saying that you also, you know, have your mentors and you have your coaches, because no matter how good you're doing, you still have to be coached by people that are doing better than you.
Like a Jordan, my coaches.
Yeah.
You know, the best of the best have coaches.
That's right.
And that's the way I see it. I'm always learning. I'm not like, oh, I know everything. I'm humble, and I know, like, when there's things to learn, I'll learn.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just be receptive to everything.
Yeah.
But I think I can just bring a lot to the table,
Yeah.
and not just like in business, but in life. So
I love that.
With all of that being said, like we said, we want to get to know who you are. And I feel like we're doing a great job knowing what your journey is, what inspires, what motivates you. So real quickly, let's just move it to real estate. I'm looking to buy, sell a home, whatever the case may be. Why should I call you?
because I'm more of a consultant than a salesperson. So a lot of people in real estate, they don't have the training and they don't apply the training. So you're my buyer. I sit down with you. This is the first time. I'll sit down with you and explain the entire process, detail by detail. If you have questions, I'll answer them. I'll get my lender on the line. I'll call her. You know, we'll talk to you. We'll make sure that we guide you and make this as smooth as possible, because a lot of people have bad experiences with realtors, and that's why there's a lot of bad stigma with real estate agents.
Yeah.
But it's really, there's a huge majority of realtors that don't have that training and everything. They don't apply, but there's a small percentage that do. And I'll sit down with you and I'll explain the whole thing, process by process. Either you're buying or selling, doesn't matter. I'll take care of you as if you were my family.
Yeah.
And family for me is very important, as you heard in this podcast.
Sure. Man, I think you've hit it for us. We definitely know, trust you, I think. And hopefully,
You're hired.
anybody
Job interview.
better go
Yeah.
subscribe. Let's get the
Definitely,
numbers
man.
up. We'll 10x that 2,000 for you. And hopefully we can get back and get an update on how things are going here soon. But I appreciate you taking the time to let us kind of dig in there and see who you are.
Thank you so much, Ron.
And why we should be wanting to work with you. So,
Yes.
Thank you, Liz.
Thanks for
Delphine,
hanging
thanks for
out with
being
us.
here.
Yes.
You know, thank you again, man.
Definitely.
All right, till next time.
See ya.